Starting this video by saying that I do not have a position in GameStop. I had the chance to get in a couple of weeks ago, and unfortunately, I decided not to. I don't give a shit about clout. I don't care about views with this video, but I do know that there are a lot of people within my community who are focused on this, and for them, I would like to cover it so that I can give my ideas of what is happening with this current situation. When we look at GameStop, you can see that for the past couple of months, structure has been bullish. The way that we find structure or figure structure out, we will zoom out on a weekly and we will look at most recent highs and most recent lows. And you can see that prior to this massive push that we saw back here in April of 2024, structure was bearish because we are continuing to make lower lows and lower highs. The push through that previous high of $25 is where the break of structure occurs. And now structure has shifted from being bearish to now bullish. If you look at a weekly chart starting from June of this year, you're going to see that the next thing is that we are compressing. Compression occurs when price is making lower highs into a fixed point and is also making higher lows into a fixed point. This compression will normally release in the direction of structure. So we know now structure is bullish, which means that in most cases, this will release to the bullish side. Now, we don't just go ahead and buy this simply because it's compressing. What we have to do from this point is now look at a specific oscillator or an indicator that's going to tell us if there's actual buying behind the compression. Because if there's nothing but selling, then there's no reason to get into this. The indicator we're going to use is called the BX Trender. We have an entire course that's completely free going over this, how to set it up, and exact parameters for trading. The link to that and all of our courses are completely free down in the description. You will notice that starting back here on the 28th of October, the weekly candle closed right at about 22.48. This triggered a buy signal or a flip from bearish to bullish on the BX Trender. Now, of course, this doesn't mean that the stock has to break out and that we're never going to be wrong. Because even though I'm up $3.8 million this year, I am wrong a lot. I'm only right about 65% of the time. But the whole point of trading is not to be right. It's to make sure that when you're right, it pays for 3, 4, 5 times than when you're wrong. And so entering a position here, we would have set a stop loss. We could have just set one with actual price, but my stop loss would have been a weekly candle where this flips from green to red. And now we would hold this position from 22.32 all the way up until potentially a previous resistance. But what I'd really look for is this weekly BX Trender to flip red. That is our sign that buyers are walking away. A very good example of something that's doing very well with that right now is Coinbase, right? Since Coin flipped bullish in the past couple of weeks, this thing is up 123%. We could have closed here. I wanted to close here. I would really no longer be long on this at 300, but I'm going to continue to be bullish until we flip to a dark red. And so at this point, yes, we could see GameStop potentially reject, but I am still bullish on this until the weekly chart flips from green to red. Something you could look for shorter term is moving over to the daily chart. If we look at the daily chart, we flipped green again, and we've been green for 5 consecutive days. Once we flip from green to red, that's when I'll be looking for a potential rejection back down to $24, maybe $25, and that's where I might actually start to go long on this, depending upon how the weekly is still holding. Like I said in the beginning, if you guys want to get access to all these indicators, go ahead and check out our free courses. The link will be down in the description.